Hey, what's up everybody? Nika here, and happy 2020 because I'm actually filming this on January 1st. As you can tell by the title, this is what I spend in a week, but it is in New York when I went 2 or 3 weeks ago because I don't spend that much money here in Dallas because I pretty much just pay rent and like power and all the extra stuff we have to pay for, my car note, car insurance, and then food during the week. I do go thrifting every now and then I do online shopping, but other than that, like I don't really spend that much. I decided to just go ahead and do it when I was traveling in New York. I know Lexi Lombard started this whole what I spend in a week, and I've gone down like a rabbit hole of these videos. I decided to go ahead and do one for myself just because I didn't total up everything that I spent in New York, and I think it would be interesting to see how much I actually spent because I was on a budget, but since I was also on vacation, I want to splurge just a little but not too much. So if you haven't seen my what I wore in New York, I will leave that up below in the cards up below. I will leave that in the cards above. That is pretty much like the vlog that I did for New York because I knew I wasn't going to vlog as much just because I was alone. So I just did what I wore each day in the Airbnb and then little clips after that. I'm trying to see if there's any more disclaimers that I want to do in this video. Dun, dun. No, I think that's it. So this will be what I spent in a week in New York, travel edition. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have everything in my notes, so I'm gonna be looking at my phone here. So Saturday was a travel day, but it started super early because I believe my flight was at 8. So I had to get there at like 5 or 6 at the airport. So first mistake, I went out Friday night and I was super hungover, and we also got in super late. So I didn't pack properly. I knew I was gonna forget some things, and also I knew I was gonna overpack. And second mistake, I flew with Spirit, and when I fly with Spirit, I literally just bring a duffel bag or like a small bag to bring onto the plane because I don't want to pay for a check bag. I don't want to pay for a carry-on bag. I just try to be cautious every time I fly Spirit to just only bring like a personal item. But since the flight was the cheapest, I just went ahead and booked it with Spirit, and I didn't look up the weight pound restriction that they had on their check bags, and it was a 40 pound instead of 50 pounds because that's what I'm used to. But since I haven't checked in a bag in forever, I didn't decide to check. And then I was also having trouble paying for checked bag because I want to go ahead and get it out the way before the trip even started. I want to pay for my going to New York bag and then coming back to Dallas, but I was having trouble, so I had to reach out to customer service. They figured everything out, so for that I had to pay $71, which isn't too bad. Since I knew my bag was going to be overweight, that was $35. So that's $100 right there. So when I landed in New York, I knew I wanted to take an Uber or Lyft. I walked there, I called my Lyft, but how they have it set up is that they can't sit there for too long. So when I was trying to find my Lyft driver, I couldn't find him, so he ended up canceling. I didn't know that they do a cancellation fee, so that was $6. So I had to rebook another Lyft, and it ended up being the same guy. And I did a Lyft pool, and that Lyft ended up being $20.76. Since I was hungover this day, I didn't want to figure out the subway. So when I wanted to get food or go anywhere, I just called an Uber or something. I ordered Panera, and that ended up being $11.09. Uber to Panera was $4.07 because I had like a $5 gift card. But then the Lyft that I took back to the Airbnb was $13.80. So that's pretty much all I did for the first day. It was just a travel day, and also I was hungover, so I didn't feel like doing much. So the total for Saturday was $161.72. So for Sunday, this is the day that I wasn't as hungover and I actually want to go out and explore the city. Like I mentioned earlier, I did forget something, so I had to go grab that before I got my day started. There was literally a Dollar Tree right across the street from my Airbnb, so I just walked there and I spent $8.62. I needed to get a face towel because the Airbnb didn't have any, and then I think I got a razor and then a comb and also a brush. Got makeup wipes because I forgot those. I think I got some snacks and like a Gatorade. I also wanted to get some food, something that I could snack on throughout the week. So there was a bodega right next door, so I went in there and I ended up spending $26.61. And then after I got ready for the day, I headed to the closest subway station, which was about less than 10-minute walk. So I got my Metro card and then like the $1 fee that they charged for a new card, so that was $34. I'm not gonna say he was homeless, but he may have been, but he was asking for money. I didn't have cash, so I just ended up buying him like a 2-way ride Metro card, so that was $6.50. And then once I headed to the city, I ended up at Hudson Yards because honestly it was cold. I was just wanting to be indoors store somewhere, and I want to try Blue Bottle for the first time because I hear a lot of people talk about it. So I spent $6.44 there. I think I got the New Orleans ice latte, and then I realized that I had forgot my headphones, which was like the biggest mistake ever. So I ordered them online and then I picked it up in store at a Best Buy, and that was $21.76. I got hungry later that night, so I went to this place called Taco Dumbo, which was really cute. I think I got 2 tacos and a side, but that ended up being $13.18. Since I had a $5 gift card to AMC, I decided to go ahead and book a ticket for Tuesday to see Frozen 2, since it is $5 Tuesday. I ended up buying that, and that was $2.89. So for Sunday's total, it was $120 in all, which was a little less than Saturday, but still more than I wanted to spend. So for Monday, I don't think I did that much this day. I know I went to a coffee shop early that morning. I wanted to do some computer work. I ended up sitting there for probably like less than an hour, probably 30 minutes, and I got an ice chai like I always do. So that was $5.50. I went back to my Airbnb to drop my computer off. I didn't want to carry that around. I think I just aimlessly started going around the city on this day too, but I didn't do much. Did end up going to L Train Vintage right before they closed, before I headed in for the night. So I found one item, and that was $10. So for Monday's total, I spent $31.50. On Tuesday, it was actually raining this day, and I did not want to go out, but also I told myself, let me just do like a couple of things. I had a few things that I had to do, so I ended up going to a bagel place that was in the area where I had to be at a certain time. So at that bagel place, it was $7.06 for the bagel. I got a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, just super plain on like a plain bagel, and toasted, but it was pretty good. Now I understand the hype. It was great. And then I don't know why I didn't order a drink with it, but later on I ended up ordering a Red Bull, so that was $3.38. I ended up back in Manhattan. I honestly can't remember what I did. I went to Boba Guys because I wanted some boba. I got like this tea, strawberry fresh shut. It was pretty good, but that was $7.26. And then I headed back to the Airbnb. I didn't really eat that day. I just decided to go ahead and pick up some pizza or something along the way. Just got 2 slices, and that was $8.16. That was all that I did for Tuesday, and that was $25.86. On Wednesday, this was my thrifting day. I just wanted to go to all the thrift stores, all the vintage shops, and see what I could find. I wasn't looking to spend too much money, but I kind of just wanted to see what was in there. So I ended up going to a lot actually, but I only ended up buying another thing from L Train Vintage, but it was at a different location. So that ended up being $10. While I was going around to these different thrift stores, I told myself that I just need to walk everywhere. I got this Metro Pass. I need to walk everywhere. I need to use it. I don't need to do any Ubers or anything like that, because that's what I bought the Metro Pass for. Since it was super cold that day, it just got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore, and I was getting hungry. It was like a 20-minute walk to Ichiran, which is where I wanted to go. So I ended up calling Uber, because literally it's like a 5-minute drive. I was just like, it's not gonna be that expensive. Let me just go ahead and pay it. That ended up being $5.17 because it was an Uber pool. I was with, I think, like 2 other girls. Then once I got into Ichiran, I spent $23.73. When I go to New York, I always like to go to Kith Treats because I really like it. But yeah, this day it started snowing randomly. It started snowing as soon as I got out of the subway, but luckily Kith was like right across the street, and it was $10.96. So for Wednesday's total, I spent $49.86. Thursday, I don't think I wanted to do anything this day, but I wanted to get out. And then I think Nordstrom was having like double points on your purchase if you're like a member or like a card member. I decided to just go to Nordstrom, see what they have. So that was the only thing that I did that day. So I ended up spending $21.67, and then I headed back to the Airbnb, and that's pretty much all I did. So my total for Thursday was $21.67. Friday was another exploring day, so I ended up ordering something from Glossier, and then I wanted to just pick it up in the store. So at Glossier I spent $70.52. I got the You perfume because I've heard good things about it and I want to try it out. I just got the Bomb.com birthday cake, and that was it. And then I knew I wanted to go to Cha Cha Matcha. I think it was literally like a 10-minute walk from Glossier, so I just got like an iced chai matcha latte. It was pretty good, and that was $8.35. And then after that that I was hungry, so I decided to go to this pho place. I honestly can't remember how much I spent because I didn't realize that it was a cash only place, so I had to go to the ATM to get money out. The regular beef pho, and then also got some spring rolls, but I want to say it was $23 in all. I'm just gonna round it with tip and everything. I think after I got pho, I headed back to the Airbnb because I ended up ordering food off Grubhub because I was hungry again later that night, and I just got some gyro or gyro, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that was $12 in all. It was okay. So for Friday's total, I spent $113.87. For Saturday, this day I stayed in the entire day. I did not want to go out. My feet were tired, I was tired. I ended up sleeping in until about 2 o'clock, and I didn't realize I was so tired, so I just ended up staying in. I was out for the last 6 days that I just needed to be in for this last full day. I wanted to go to this dumpling place, but I didn't want to go out, so I just ordered food off of Grubhub again. I got some Burger King and it was $18, which is a lot. That was all I did Saturday. So Saturday's total was $18. And then for my last day, this was the day that I was heading back to Dallas. So I pretty much just paid for the Uber to the airport, which was $21.66. And then since I knew my bag was gonna be overweight, I paid the $35 again. And that was pretty much it for Sunday's total, which was $56.66. So my total for the entire week ended up being $599.14. That's way more than I thought I was gonna spend, but I knew I was gonna spend a good amount. I was on vacation, but I didn't realize that I was gonna spend that much money, which is crazy. So I spent $600. Okay, I pretty much just spent it on travel, food, transportation, I guess. So let me know if you want to see more of these videos. I can try to do one here in Texas, but honestly, I do not spend $600 a week. If you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below what you would like to see for 2020 from my channel. Some input or some feedback would be nice, so just let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.